The salt spray kissed Elara's face as she leaned against the weathered railing of the ferry, the familiar tang of comfort. Ocracoke Island was her sanctuary, a place where the relentless churn of the world seemed to slow, measured by the rhythm of the tides and the cries of gulls. Every summer since she was a child, she'd made the pilgrimage, escaping the stifling heat of Charlotte and the even more stifling expectations that came with it. This year, though, felt different. This year, Leo was waiting. She first saw him mending nets on the docks, his dark hair pulled back, exposing the strong line of his jaw and the focused intensity in his eyes. He moved with an easy grace, a silent symphony of muscle and intention. She'd been sketching the fishing boats, trying to capture the way the late afternoon sun turned the water to liquid gold, when he looked up, met her gaze, and the world tilted on its axis. He introduced himself simply, Leo, and then, gesturing to the elaborate web in his hands, making sure these are ready for tomorrow. Elara, usually so comfortable with words, found herself stumbling. They're beautiful. The nets, I mean. And the light. He chuckled, a low, rumbling sound that resonated in her chest. The light helps. So does a good net. They talked for hours that day. About the sea, about the history of the island, about everything and nothing. He spoke of his family, generations of fishermen who had called Ocracoke home, their lives intrinsically linked to the ocean. She told him of her art, her desire to capture the fleeting beauty of the world on canvas. He listened with an attentiveness that made her feel seen, truly seen, for the first time in her life. The next day, she found him at the same spot. He offered her a cup of coffee from the small shack nearby, and they watched the sunrise together, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange. Over the next few weeks, their days fell into a comfortable rhythm. She would sketch, he would work, and they would meet in the evenings, sometimes for dinner at the quirky little restaurant Elara's aunt owned, sometimes just to walk along the beach under the vast, star-studded sky. He taught her how to bait a hook, patiently untangling her clumsy attempts, his fingers brushing against hers, sending shivers down her spine. She showed him how to see the subtle shifts in color at sunset, the way the light danced on the waves, inspiring him to try his hand at carving driftwood, his rough hand surprisingly adept at coaxing beauty from discarded pieces of wood. He'd bring her freshly caught fish, cleaned and ready to cook. She'd bake him her grandmother's famous apple pie, the scent filling his small cottage with warmth and sweetness. These small gestures, these shared moments, were more meaningful than any grand declaration. One evening, they were sitting on the beach, a small bonfire crackling between them. The wind whispered secrets through the dunes, and the waves' craws.